Texans have long had a vision for transportation. For early citizens, traveling was a hardship. Triggered by rallies for better roads and the availability of federal funds, the Texas Highway Department began its service in 1917. Its pioneering members had a plan to connect Texans. In the 1920s, with scarcely 100 miles of continuous pavement, State Highway Engineer Gib Gilchrist ordered men stationed at impassable highway stretches to pull motorists through to firmer ground after heavy rains. This culture of service, carried out by our maintenance crews, began a long-standing tradition which we still embrace today. Oil gushers unearthed black gold in Texas. Small towns boomed. Farming communities transformed as dust clouds and wet weather mud holes consumed vehicles, but new roads were being built, providing jobs during the Great Depression. Texans love a good party. During the centennial celebration, 13 courtesy stations were set up at major highway entrances to the state. Each building was staffed with a helpful Texas A&M cadet acting as travel advisor. These courtesy stations were our first steps towards making Texas tourism a major industry, and more importantly, making folks feel welcome to Texas. Our first roadside parks were built during this time. Employees proudly took the initiative to design and build from local materials. As America entered World War II, the Highway Department held our network of roads together through times of scarce resources. Our deep-rooted culture of service turned toward our nation's need. The enormous demand for oil was supplied by those prolific Texas gushers. They delivered over 43% of the oil needed for mobilizing our nation's troops. And those newly minted troops? They were among 1.5 million soldiers training in Texas at one of our more than 140 major military installations. After World War II, a surge in automobile traffic increased roadway demands as returning soldiers moved their families to the suburbs. During this time, the Highway Department, led by DeWitt C. Greer, focused efforts on construction of the farm-to-market road system. These much-needed paved roads wind through Texas countrysides and help transport goods to market. President Eisenhower signed the bill to fund the interstate system. Funding was specifically for modern expressways with controlled access and no grade crossings. For a state the size of Texas, this was welcome news. Our highway department was ready and eager to build, but materials were still hard to come by, and steel was expensive. Our innovative engineers developed precast, pre-tensioned concrete bridge elements that used very little steel. Bridges designed with these reinforced concrete components were economical, spanned greater distances, and carried heavier loads. These standardized elements improved bridge durability and shortened construction time. Our goal, building roads to connect the people of Texas to what's important to them, was taking shape. Sometimes constructing new roads revealed secrets long hidden underground.
In the spring of 1963, the Texas Highway Department's core drilling team was working near Georgetown, Texas. They'd already drilled several cores when they suddenly found this huge cave. It later became known as Inner Space Caverns.
We've unearthed 54,000 cubic feet of dirt at 25 archaeological sites over the past 15 years, discovering, studying, and preserving the history of our state. Taking care of Texas is important to us. Whether preserving ancient burial grounds or mitigating environmental concerns, our commitment is to the people of Texas. We promise to provide safe, efficient transportation. Naturally, we like to do that in a big way. Roads are frequently the first impression travelers have of Texas. When the wildflowers bloom, our roads are unrivaled with spectacular beauty. In 1975, we added to our mission and changed our name to the State Department of Highways and Public Transportation. Keeping roadways safe and efficient for Texas drivers was a priority. Texans were more connected through our roadways, which were becoming safer with each added safety innovation. But unfortunately, Texas had an ugly, expensive litter problem, which cost over $30 million a year to clean up.
mamas, tell all your babies, don't mess with Texas.
In 1986, the department launched a new campaign to curb this expense, and it worked.
Treat Texas like someone you love.
Today, the iconic Don't Mess with Texas anti-litter campaign is still a spirited call to action. By 1990, tourism was a leading industry in Texas. Our tourist bureaus, now called travel information centers, were redesigned, each reflecting their local culture and history. Our travel counselors supply Texas travel and recreation information, but also care for weary travelers, providing humanitarian aid in emergency situations.
Hello, my name is Arnold Oliver. I was Executive Director of the department from 1989 to 1993, during which period we changed our name to the Texas Department of Transportation.
Now, TxDOT had plans. Our aviation division works with local governments to develop and maintain an airport system that supports the state's economic needs.
The Texas airport system is the largest in the nation with over 300 airports.
TxDOT Flight Services provides efficient, cost-effective air transportation for government officials. They also play a vital role in maintaining state-owned aircraft and are well known for their safety record and customer service.
I'm Maribel Chavez, the first woman district engineer of TxDOT.
TxDOT engineers and pavement researchers developed new materials creating super durable road surfaces that reduced wet weather accidents and road noise. Making roadways safer for travelers continued to be a high priority. In 1995, highways got smart.
TransGuide came online in 1995, marking the initial operation of the most advanced intelligent transportation system in the U.S.
The system monitors the passage of traffic over sensors embedded in roadways. It detects any accident in 2 minutes and alerts first responders. Technology and expertise originally developed for TransGuide is now in use in transportation centers throughout Texas and the United States. Back in the early days of road and bridge building, there were fewer safety standards.
At TxDOT, safety is our #1 priority.
Today, TxDOT's safety-focused culture and industry-leading safety programs are a model for other transportation agencies around the country. We reduced employee injuries from 1,522 in 1991 to 168 in 2015. Our employees are invested. At TxDOT, everyone is responsible for safety. In 2001, the state purchased the South Orient Rail Line, approximately a 391-mile track. Revitalization of the old and nearly abandoned rail line was essential for freight-related economic growth and businesses in West Texas. But at our heart is highway safety, always. Our incredibly successful Click It or Ticket campaign increased seatbelt use from a paltry 76% to an astounding 90%. That's a lot of seatbelts clicking. Heck, our highways even save people. In 2005, Hurricane Rita churned up the Gulf and headed for the coast. Anxious drivers headed across and through Texas to escape the storm. TxDOT implemented traffic contraflow for the first time, effectively evacuating 3 million people from the storm's destructive path. 3 years later, during Hurricane Ike, 2,000 employees mobilized. Ready for action, crews awaited landfall in staging districts and then cleared paths for first responders. Getting people out of harm's way, getting them back home safely, and assisting with cleanup and recovery is our commitment to Texans. Whether it's a heavy snowfall combining traffic and potentially life-threatening weather, marshaling our forces during wildfire or flooding emergencies to combat a common adversary, TxDOT unites to get the job done. But it's not always Mother Nature causing the havoc. In 2014, TxDOT forces deployed to quickly repair the roads damaged during the latest Texas oil boom. Crews from several districts responded as a team. The surge made a huge impact in a short amount of time. Working together is something we do within our agency and in the communities we serve. TxDOT, the University of Texas, and Texas A&M have collaborated to create a research program recognized as the best in the nation. Safety innovations are seen on virtually every road mile in Texas. Breakaway sign, guardrails that absorb impact, and median barriers made of cables. While safety is essential, roadway and bridge aesthetics are important to communities as well, creating beautiful structures that serve as functional focal points. Listening and responding to opinions and ideas expressed by the people of Texas is part of how we do business. But it's our people that set us apart. We're a TxDOT family. It's truly our privilege to serve the people of Texas, professionally and skillfully. Our employees work to find solutions that will connect our state and serve our people. Many of our employees have taken that service even further, stopping to assist people in need. From our early efforts to helping travelers out of the mud in the 1920s to saving lives.
My name is Corinne Atkins, and I'm working on transportation for Texans.
Texans still have a vision for transportation. We stand ready to transform the future. It's an exciting time to be discussing and planning for the next century of transportation in Texas. The safe movement of goods and people will continue to be one of our biggest challenges. Technology will play an even larger role in our vehicles, our transportation systems, and our safety. By promoting open communication and transparency, we continue to earn and maintain trust with our partners and customers. Connecting Texans to what matters most is our charge and our passion. We're not just building the world's best transportation system. We're building a legacy. The Texas Department of Transportation.